right. Yes. Awesome. Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming out today. This is our second to last concert in the Gellman series. We've got one more coming up. It's going to be May 17th at 2 here in the auditorium with Elliot and friends. They're going to do like a selection of pieces from the Russian Romantics. And then we have a really fun tie-in that I'm excited about beforehand at 12:30. Dr. Rachel Gellman is going to give a talk on Romanticism and literature. That's 12:30 in the annex over there, and she's going to focus on like marginalized authors from the Romantic era. But yeah, that's all the big announcements from me. Really excited to have Jenny and the Ghouls. Please join me in welcoming them now. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hi. We're Jenny and the Ghouls, and this set is going to be the Oops All Rebel song set. So we're going to take you through several songs about insurrections of the Irish people, starting with this one and a few other dating back to like the 19th and 18th centuries. The song's about a young man who died giving his life in rebellion against the English in his town of Antrim. It's called Roddy McCorley.
Oh, see the fleet-foot host of men who speed with faces one, from Farmstead and from Fisher's Cut along the banks of Bann. They have come with vengeance in their eyes. Too late are they, as young Roddy McCorley goes to die on the bridge of Toome today. When he last stepped up that street, smiling, proud and young, about the hem around his neck, the golden ringlet clung. There was never a tear in his blue eyes, both sad and bright are they, as young Roddy McCorley goes to die on the bridge of Toome today. Getting good vocals, instruments, anything need to come up? Awesome, all right. Yeah, we'll sing a song that was illegal to sing in Ireland until like the 1940s. And then when, won a #1 spot on the BBC radio poll, but the song was banned, so it could not be played.
When boyhood's fire was in my blood, I read of ancient freemen for Greece and Rome who bravely stood, 300 men and 3 men. But then I prayed I yet might see our fetters rent in twain, and Ireland long a province be, a nation once again.
again, a nation once again, and Ireland along a province be a nation once again.
It whispered to that freedom's ark in service high and holy, would be proclaimed by feelings dark in passions vain or lowly. For freedom comes from God's right hand and needs a godly train, and righteous men must make our land a nation once again.
A nation once again, a nation once again, and Ireland along a province be a nation once again.
So as I grew from boy to man, I bent me to that bidding, and cruel passion ridding. For thus I hope someday to wade. Oh, can such hope be vain, when my dear country shall be made a nation once again.
A nation once again, a nation once again, and Ireland along a province be a nation once again.
Thank you, everyone. Ooh, got a banger coming up. It's my beautiful classic. You want to say a word, or shall I? Or
Sure, go ahead.
This is a song that so picking up again in the 19th century, the 1800s. Probably the thing most people know about Ireland was the Great Hunger in the mid 1800s. There was a blight on potatoes and all other food being grown in Ireland. There was a lot of it, but it was all exported by the owners of the land who were not themselves Irish.
Which is why it can't properly be called a famine, right?
Right,
So-
not a famine, but an intentional starvation of most of the population of the country. And in that time, there was a mass exodus of Irish people looking to find food and work. And this is a song about some of the things that were happening during that time. There we go. By a lonely prison wall, I heard a young girl calling, Michael, they have taken you away, for you've stole Trevelyan's corn, so the young might see the morn. Now a prison ship lies waiting in the bay.
Lo, lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly.
Our love was on the wing. We had dreams and songs to sing.
At some point, that got appropriated into a song that they sing at every Celtic football match.
Don't know why.
I don't know why. It's so bright and cheery. It's how you cheer on a football team, I guess. It's another famine song. This is was written by Bobby Sands while he was on the blanket protest in the 1980s, refusing to wear prisoner's uniform, demanding status as a political prisoner, as a soldier for Ireland. And he wrote this song about the common practice in the 1800s, whether you were stealing food like the singer or like the person in the last song, or rebelling against the crown. You were typically, if you weren't executed, you were sent to Australia for decades of bondage. This song is called Back Home in Derry. Ready?
No. Sorry. Trying to tap this up here. Sorry, everybody. It's gonna be what it is. All right.
In 1803 we sailed out to sea, back from the sweet town of Derry. For Australia bound if we didn't all drown in the marks of our fetters we carry. In rusty iron chains we cried for our wains, our good women we left in sorrow. As the mainsails unfurled, our curses we hurled at the English and thoughts of tomorrow. At the mouth of the foil, bid farewell to the soil, as down below decks we were lying. But Doherty screamed, awoken out from a dream by a vision of bold Robert dying. The sun burned cruel as we dished out the gruel. Dan O'Connor was down with the fever. 60 rebels today bound for Botany Bay. How many will meet the receiver? Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Oh, I was back home in Derry. I cursed them to hell as our bow fought the swell. Our ship danced like a moth in the firelight. White horses rode high as the devil passed by, dragging souls to Hades by twilight. 5 weeks out to sea, we were now 43. We buried our comrades each morning, and in our own time we were lost in the time of endless nights without dawning. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Van Diemen's Land is a hell for a man to spend out his whole life in slavery, where the climate is raw and the gun makes the law. Neither wind nor rain care for bravery. 20 years gone and I've ended my bond. My comrades' ghosts walk behind me. A rebel I came and I'm still the same. On the cold wings of night you will find me. Oh, 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 I wish I was back home in Derry. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Oh. in Derry.
Thank you so much, everyone. All right. This is where things start taking a turn for slightly more
Things start looking
not
up.
fun.
But things start looking up. We're going to do a few songs about
The events surrounding the 1916 Easter Rising.
we are just wrapping up Easter week
Hmm?
on the 109th anniversary of the real first blow struck for the Irish Republic.
Seems okay now.
7 men of various political backgrounds came together and organized in their various organizations, groups, communities, and got a serious armed rebellion happening in Ireland. And
Led to a war of independence that claimed 26 out of the 32 counties as a republic, eventually independent from England. And the song's a tribute to the lone socialist in that group and his followers, the Irish Citizen Army. And the song is about James Connelly.
Marching down O'Connell Street with a starry plow on high, there goes the citizens' army with their fists raised in the sky. Leading them is a mighty man with a mad rage in his eye. My name is James Connelly. I didn't come here to die, but to fight for the rights of the working class, the small farmer to protect the proletariat from the bosses and the screws. So hold on to your rifles, boys, don't give up the dream of a republic for the working class, economic liberty. In Chemya's out of citizens, the system is a curse. An English boss is a monster, an Irish one even worse. They'll never lock us out again, and here's the reason why. My name is James Connelly. I didn't come here to die, but to fight for the rights of the working class, the small farmer to protect the proletariat from the bosses and the screws. So hold on to your rifles, boys, don't give up the dream of a republic for the working class, economic liberty. An hour in the GPO, the bullets whizzing by. Pierce and Sean McDermott bidding each other goodbye. Up steps our citizen leader, and he roars out to the sky. My name is James Connelly. I didn't come here to die, but to fight for the rights of the working class, the small farmer to protect the proletariat from the bosses and the screws. So hold on to your rifles, boys, don't give up the dream of a republic for the working class, economic liberty. To a standstill as the flames lit up the night, till the bullet pierced our leader and we gave up the fight. They shot him in Kilmainham jail, but they'll never stop his cry. My name is James Connelly. I didn't come here to die, but to fight for the rights of the working class, a small farmer to protect the proletariat from the bosses and the screws. So hold on to your rifles, boys. Don't give up the dream of a republic for the working class, economic liberty.
Oh gosh, okay. So, a really great song about the Easter Rising and how cool James Connelly was. Unfortunately, if you weren't aware, it did not work in the short term. They were hoping, they managed to hold several buildings in Dublin against serious firebombing by the British for about a week before they surrendered. And of course, the 7 men who led the Rising were all executed. One of those men was Joe Plunkett, who was a poet and many other things, but also had been engaged to a woman, Grace, for several months prior to the Rising. And basically, through a lot of advocacy from his friends and relatives, was able to, they convinced, I believe, the prison administrators to allow him to marry his girlfriend the night before he was to be executed, because as it happened, she was pregnant. So without that, she would have been a single mother in Ireland, which is, of course, at that time, one of the worst things you could possibly be. But this is a song about that time when they were married.
As we gather in the chapel here in old Kilmainham jail, I think about these past few weeks. Oh, will they say we failed? From our school days they have told us we must yearn for liberty. Yet all I want in this dark place is to have you here with me. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They'll take me out at dawn and I will die. With all my love I place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, so we must say goodbye. Now I know it's hard for you, my love, to ever understand the love I bear for these great men, my love of this dear land. But when Patrick called me to his side down in the GPO, I have to leave my own sick bed. To him I had to go. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger.
it kind of cool right now and sing a song called Four Green Fields about the partition of Ireland in the late 19-teens, early 1920s.
The Republic was won, but at a cost, essentially. All but 6 counties of Ireland were declared independent, and those remaining 6 counties, to this day, remain what is called Northern Ireland.
And so, the jewels, the 4 green fields, rather.
They're also jewels, and they're also
jewels.
the 4 provinces
Yes.
of Ireland. You ready?
Oh, nope, I'm not ready, I'm sorry.
All right, yeah, you ready?
Yes, no, I'm ready.
This next song is a tribute to Irish men and women in the 1930s who traveled across the Pyrenees to fight Franco and the fascists in
Across the
Spain.
ocean and the Pyrenees, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And it's called Viva la Quinte Brigada, and I think the
There's-
understanding is that
well,
there's
so the-
Quince, they were the 15th Brigade
Well, so the thing is
with
that
the
there
Dublin
were
accent.
there were 10 brigades in the Spanish Army, right?
Uh-huh.
And then there were the 5 international brigades. They were the 5th International Brigade. And I think maybe there was some confusion from Mr. Christy Moore, but also just the way it sounds. And now it's just 15th for some reason. That's what it is. And Quince, yes.
Ready?
I am.
All right. You ready? Starts on C. Cool. 1, 2,
And 10 years before I saw the light of morning, a comradeship of heroes was laid. From every corner of the world came sailing the 15th International Brigade. They came to stand beside the Spanish people to try and stem the rising fascist tide. Franco's allies were the powerful and wealthy. Frank Ryan's men came from the other side. Even the olives were bleeding as the battle for Madrid it thundered on. Truth and love against the force of evil, brotherhood against the fascist clan. Viva la Quinta Brigada, no pasarán the pledge that made them fight. Adelante is the cry around the hillside. Let us remember them tonight. Bob Hilliard was a Church of Ireland pastor. From Killarney across the Pyrenees he came. From Derry came a brave young Christian brother. Side by side they fought and died in Spain. Tommy Woods, age 17, died in Cordoba. With Nafiana he learned to hold a gun. From Dublin to the Villa del Rio, where he fought and died beneath the Spanish sun. Viva la Quinta Brigada, no pasarán the pledge that made them fight. Adelante is the cry around the hillside. Let us remember them tonight. Many Irishmen heard the call of Franco, joined Hitler and Mussolini too. Propaganda from the pulpit and newspapers helped O'Duffy to enlist his crew. And the word came from the church, support the Nazis. The men of cloth failed again when the bishops flushed the blue shirts down in Galway as they sailed beneath the swastika to Spain. Viva la Quinta Brigada, no pasarán the pledge that made them fight. Adelante is the cry around the hillside. Let us remember them tonight. This song is a tribute to Frank Ryan, Kit Conway and Denny Cody too. Peter Daly, Charlie Reagan and Hugh Bonner. Though many died, I can but name a few. Danny Boyle, Blazer Brown and Charlie Donnelly. Liam Tomlinson and Jim Straney from the Falls. Jack Nolte, Tommy Patton and Frank Conroy. Jim Foley, Tony Fox and Dick O'Neill.
Galante is the cry around the hillside. Let us remember them tonight. Viva la Quinta Brigada. Let us all remember them tonight.
For this one?
No, for next. Just because there's a lot going on there.
This song is written by the author of many rebel songs, Dominic Behan, brother of famed author Brendan Behan, about a border campaign towards the end of when the Irish Republican Army was still engaging with the Irish military. It was after events like this and the horror that they focused all their energy on reclaiming the north of Ireland. And on this border campaign, a young man, I think the song says he was 16, I believe he was 19 at the time. It just 16 sounds a little more tragic, and the Irish are known to bend the truth for the cause of tragedy. And this song is called The Patriot Game, about volunteer Fergal O'Hanlon, who died in the late 1950s in active service.
Come all ye young rebels, enlist while I sing. For the love of one's country is a terrible thing. It banishes fear like the speed of a flame. And now I am part of the Patriot Game. My name is O'Hanlon, and I just turned 16. My home is in Mana, and where I was weaned. I've learned all my life cruel England's to blame. So now I am part of the Patriot Game. It's nearly 2 years since I wandered away with a local battalion of the bold IRA. For I read of our heroes, and I wanted the same, to play my part in the Patriot Game. They told me how Connelly was shot in the chair. His wounds from the battle, all bleeding and bare. His fine body twisted, all battered and lame. They soon made me part of the Patriot Game. This Ireland of mine has for long been half free. 6 counties are under John Bull's monarchy. So I gave up my boyhood to drill and to train, to play my own part who bargained and sold. I wish that my rifle had given the same to those quislings who sold out the Patriot Game.
So what we're describing is the beginning of what is known as the Troubles. It's the conflict that went on in the north of Ireland until the Good Friday Agreement in 1998. On a lighter note, this is a bit on a bit lighter note.
Slightly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
This is when we start having like this is where the sort of cultural support and social support for the rebellion starts coming, and you get fun songs like this one.
Yeah, I think it's good for any movement, armed or unarmed, to have, you know, some fun songs
Not
with
that
a
we
little
have
bit of
opinions
humor.
about that sort of thing.
Hmm?
Not that we have opinions about that sort of thing.
Of course not. You ready?
Mhm.
All you.
And it's down along the Falls Road, that's where I long to be. Lying in the dark with the Provo Company. A comrade on me left and another one on me right. And a clip of ammunition for me little Armalite. I was stopped by a soldier, he said, "You are a swine." He hit me with his rifle and he kicked me in the groin. I begged and I pleaded, oh, my manners were polite. But all the while I'm thinking of me little Armalite. And it's down in the bog side, that's where I long to be. Lying in the dark with the Provo Company. A comrade on me left and another one on me right. And a clip of ammunition for me little Armalite. Well, this brave RUC man came marching up my street. 600 British soldiers he had lined up at his feet. "Come out, you cowardly Fenians, oh come on out and fight." Then he cried, "I'm only joking," when he heard the Armalite. And it's down in Balahi, that's where I long to be. Lying in the dark with the Provo Company. A comrade on me left, another one on me right. And a clip of ammunition for me little Armalite. Oh, the army came to visit me, 'twas in the early hours. With Saladins and Saracens and ferret armored cars. They thought they had me cornered, but I gave them all a fright. With the armor-piercing bullets of me little Armalite. And it's down in the New Lodge, that's where I long to be. Lying in the dark with the Provo Company. A comrade on me left, another one on me right. And a clip of ammunition for me little Armalite. Well, when Pryor came to Belfast to see the battles won, the generals, they told him, "We've got them on the run." But corporals and privates, while on patrol at night, say, "Remember narrow waters and the bloody Armalite." And it's down in Crossmaglen, that's where I long to be. Lying in the dark with the Provo Company. A comrade on me left and another one on me right. And a clip of ammunition for me little Armalite. Yes, a clip of ammunition for me little Armalite. Thank you. All right.
We had to have one funny one.
Yeah, one fun one in there. The Irish are known for fun music as well as sad music.
That's very true.
All right, and this is the
one
last
for us.
song.
Yes, brings us to our very last song, which is a favorite of mine for a lot of reasons, but we chose to learn it this year specifically because, and part of the reason that, again, part of the reason we formed this band was because we personally feel that there's a lot that all of us can learn from the revolutionary history of the Irish people. And this song in particular feels very relevant to the cultural climate today, so enjoy that. Armored cars and tanks and guns came to take... Oh, we're not done yet. Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were ready. Guys, I'm a mess today, I'm sorry. Oh, are we ready? Yeah. One more time.
We're so ready.
Okay. There we go. Armored cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the wire. Armored cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the wire. In the little streets of Belfast, in the dark of early morn, British soldiers came a-running, wrecking little homes with scorn, heedless of the crying children, dragging fathers from their beds. Watch the scene as helpless mothers watch the blood fall from their heads. Armored cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the wire. Armored cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the wire. Not for them a judge or jury, or indeed a crime at all. Being Irish means they're guilty, so we're guilty one and all. Round the world the truth will echo, Cromwell's men are here again. England's name again is sullied in the eyes of honest men. Armored cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the wire. Armored cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the wire. Proudly march behind our banner, proudly march behind our men. We must have them free to help us build a nation once again. We'll step together, proudly marching on your way. Never fear and never falter till the boys come home to stay. Armored cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the wire. Armored cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the wire. Yes, every man must stand behind the men behind the wire.
Thank you. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Mike. Thank you,
so much.
Richmond Public Library, and thank you guys all for coming.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.